Welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. I am Marc. I will be your keeper for this evening. I fuck things up a lot, and it's really a lot of fun. We are playing Masks of Nyarlathotep. We are on the second episode of Peru. These wonderful people will be playing and not fucking up nearly as much as me. And I will let them introduce themselves and describe their characters, since I completely forgot to let them do that last time. So, since I know Chris has a wonderful description of Nyarlathotep, Chris, how about you introduce yourself and who you're playing?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Chris. People know me as Big Crispy, Little Crispy, Fun Crispy, and I'm always up for good shenanigans. You can find me on Twitch under Chris Ubo Music and also on other social media platforms. Feel free to follow, add me, and hit me up at any point. And yes, I am playing Lyra Denocte, a 30-year-old American woman from St. Louis who now resides mainly in New York, running a charitable organization and investigating and researching the occult. She is a very slender, I would describe her as very slender, imagine angular features, so a very sharp face with imagine, a bit, I think I have sharp features. I'll say sharp, slender features. She has silvery hair that is about to the bottom of her shoulder blades, slightly curly, with turquoise eyes. A very specific trait is that on her left, in her left cornea, she seems to have a bit of it looks like a ruptured vein. So it gives her iris a blend between turquoise into a kind of violet hue, and then back into the turquoise, a deeper, darker shade of turquoise, lighter shade, sorry. Freudian slip there.
Right, okay, this is not a novel, mate.
I know, I am describing my character.
I knew you'd have a good one.
And with that, I shall pass it on to Robert Bob Robinson, who Lyra has taken quite a liking to.
Oh, that's scary. All right. I'm Tim. I will be playing Bob. I don't hang out on much social medias other than Discord, and yeah, that's about it. So, I will be playing Bob. Bob is the explorer. There's Bob's picture. At least what I'm basing him on. And Bob is a well-built, muscular man, about 6'3", dark hair. Currently runs a good stubble on his face, because why do you need to shave when you're in Peru? And yeah, he's just a big, kind of brutish-looking guy, but he was born in the mountains of West Virginia, growing up there, and now he's a mountain survivalist that kind of goes along and has been helping the explorers on various places throughout the U.S. and thought he would expand. So here he is in Peru, finding ungodly lamprey-type things with feet. So, that like fat.
In real life, feet would be so much better. Fucking feet vampires.
I said fat, not feet.
You said feet bastard.
Whatever. But fat vampires, liposuction. But we're going to move it right over to Kathy before I continue talking and Marc starts laughing hysterically. Talk about his accent. Damn.
Hello, I'm Michelle. I'm playing Kathy Bacon, a infamous and famous, because they don't mean the same thing, actor who made her name in the silent movies, acting alongside Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, and all the greats, as well as in her own films, such as The Fishman and Scarlet Pooh. No, she is never in a film called Scarlet Pooh. I'll think of better names for films later. Anyway, she is 36 years old. She's around 5.5 feet tall. She has some dark hair. She knows how to wear a dress. This woman knows how to wear a dress and knows how to prepare herself. But because she's 36 years old, and this is Hollywood we're talking about, the phone call from her agent, Billy Balls, is not calling as much as it used to. It's not ringing as much as it used to. So she's taken up adventuring after a wonderful few escapades in Edinburgh. And that's Kathy's deal. That's her whole deal.
I didn't know I was going to say something there. Unfortunately, we have no Lanhee tonight. She is playing Katie Fields, another actress. I need to address something from the last time. These people were very confused as to why they would be invited on an archaeological dig. And the reason they were invited along is these are the fucking characters they made. There's nothing sinister about it. These people, wonderful people, did not make any academic characters for a Call of Cthulhu game. Because, that's it. Why do something like that? But anyway, Michelle, you want to do the recap or should I?
In my limited
I have history.
Here, I'd never played Call of Cthulhu before making Kathy Bacon for a whole other game. You wanted Kathy in this game. You said use Kathy.
I did.
You set up this. Now we have academic. We have an explorer and a private investigator.
It's absolutely fine. I just was getting shit for it and I didn't want to.
Fair enough.
Can I hire an heirling?
No.
Academic?
None of you are getting sidekicks. No more sidekicks. Michelle, you want to do the recap or should I?
I can do the recap.
On you go, Maria.
So our intrepid heroes, Robert, Lyra, Katie, and Kathy, received a telegram inviting them to Peru to go on an adventure with the infamous Augustus Larkin. Now, we arrived in Peru and went to a bar to meet Larkin, where he also attending was Luis Mendoza, his bodyguard, and a folklorist going by the name Jesse Hughes. Larkin explained that he wanted to go on an expedition to find some lost pyramids to dig up some Incan booty. Kathy went over and talked to Jesse Hughes, who turned out not to be Jesse Hughes at all. It turned out that he was a journalist called Jackson Elias, a man who has written books on cults. He happened to be in Peru at a particular site near Lake Titicaca when he ran into Larkin. And he decided to hide who he really was to get the full story on what Larkin was up to, and he suspects foul play. Now, after there was some drinks and some merriment at the bar, the intrepid heroes left and noticed they were being followed by one bodyguard, Mendoza. Ooh, intrigue. Ooh. So they went back to their hotel and they went to sleep. And the next day they got up, and after a little brief chat between Kathy and Katie, exchanging shock talk about acting as they're both actors and exchanging experiences with the paranormal, they went downstairs and they went to go and see Professor Sanchez at the St. Oh, I almost had this as a pure run to make myself sound so knowledgeable. I have to refer to my notes because I've forgotten the name of the university. Sorry. Professor Sanchez at the St. Marcus University and Museum. See, I took notes, Marc. I took notes. Where Larkin told us that he tried to get on... No. When we talked to Professor Sanchez at the University and Museum of St. Marcus, Sanchez told us that he tried to join Larkin's expedition, but was repeatedly turned down. And he also told us that locals had been asked to join the expedition by Larkin's group, and they refused because they were talking about fat vampires. Yes, those are a thing. So we went and looking for Sanchez's assistant, researcher person, and found that she was almost eaten by Mendoza, who turned out to be one of those aforementioned fat vampires. We absolutely destroyed Mendoza. He is very dead. And the researcher gave us a book and a gold object, which it looks kind of like a belt, but it's not a belt, and it had ink and writing on it. And she also gave us a note about some explorers who 500 years before, in the 1500s, went to explore the pyramids, and upon removing gold from some bricks, they became ill and became fat vampires, and one of those was Mendoza. Is that a good recap? Did I do all right?
Much better than I could. I think you'll be keeper from next time.
I barely know how to play the game. I've
You
read.
do it so wonderfully.
I barely know this system, like even now, but so I should not be running anything.
Oh, dive right in, sink or swim.
Exactly. And I don't know how to play.
I don't want to
games are
sink in front of an audience.
Like we have an audience. I mean, tonight we do, because there's some lovely people here.
It was grand.
Michelle, are you in the Twitch chat they've been asked for?
No, I'm not. I haven't opened Twitch yet.
See, you're not even getting a review. That shows how much you care about.
I forgot to open it. I was busy with my notes. Listen.
At least you didn't have
I've
it
made-
unmuted and hearing it double and blaming everyone else.
Okay, I'm in the chat now.
Yay, hello. Okay, so when last we left you, you had just taken care of Mendoza and had a short conversation with Jackson, Professor, and Rizzo. What before you left, right? You were going to two different places. You were going to Larkin, and someone was going to investigate Mendoza's room, which you'd gotten the key for. What were you doing with the body? What was the plan? They'd said they were going to get rid of it, but what were you actually planning to do? Were you going to destroy it, hide it?
The professor at the museum had told us that he was going to take care of it. And Katie decided to stay with him so that she could make sure things were taken care of and to take care of the assistant, find out more information. And I know I was headed to the apartment. But before we leave, down there, as we're walking out of the museum, oops, somebody just walked in the door next to me. So. And he kind of steps up near Lyra, reaches to his side holster, and hands her his pistol. It's a 45 because she has a little. Yep.
Oh, that's very sweet of you, Bob. But the professor, he was kind enough to give me one that he found here in the museum.
There was one that was kept there. We did cover that there just before we finished last time.
Yep.
But they're very kind of you to offer.
Okay, Kathy comes around and says, "Does everyone have a gun? You, Lyra, do you have a gun?
Yes, I'm good with a gun. Yes.
Bob, do you have a gun?
I have one in my hand right now. I was handing it to her, so yes, you see it.
Kathy,
He
do you
slides
want
it
a
back
gun?
in his shoulder holster.
Katie has a knife.
Katie, darling, you've got to get yourself a gun."
I can't do Katie's voice, so she just shakes her head. She's fine with the knife.
All right, we'll talk about this later when
Sure,
you're more
cut, bitch.
present.
So, Kathy, Bob, what's our next step going to be?
Well, I was interested in checking out that chap's room.
All right. He was very close with Larkin. I suppose they. I mean, I've already said that I will be heading over to distract Larkin.
Yep.
So
Jackson will be going with you, so you can do it 2-2 if you want, or how would you like to handle it?
I think it would be best if we have at least one partner with us, because after what we just saw, I'm not quite sure that Larkin can be trusted either.
I mean, Jesus Christ, Lyra, look at who he's hiring. He's hiring weird circle-mouthed fat vampires.
No shit, Kathy. I didn't just wake up now. That's like what I meant. How do I put it?
I apologize, Lyra. I apologize. This has been a tremendous shock for everyone, I'm sure.
What I'm trying to say is, if he's already one of these weird things, and I remember the smell I smelt last night, who's to say what if Larkin doesn't have secrets of his own?
He did look a bit peaky. Maybe he was a bit famished for fat.
Well, I'd suggest Bob. You look like you don't have that much body fat. Wouldn't you like to accompany, let's say, me? You wouldn't want to leave it.
Sure. Sure. Well, how about we all just go together since there's only a few of us here? That way we can keep an eye on each
So
other's back.
we search this chap's room first, then we go and meet Larkin.
Especially if we can find evidence to bring forth to him, might be an idea if we go to his apartment first, or room.
That actually sounds like a great plan.
Ooh, it's
That
so
way we
exciting. I haven't broken into anyone's hotel room in years.
You have the key.
We won't be.
But technically,
Well,
it is still breaking in.
No breaking.
Well, he looks down at the body. He's given
Vigorous
us his
speech,
permission.
darling. We will be Machiavellian. We will be of the night. We'll be like spies, darling. Spies.
So you head to the Hotel España. It's probably about half an hour away. 4 of you head there. Katie stays back to help the professor and Weasel maybe go through some of the other, get some more information on it. When you get there, it's not as... this is Stephen, sorry.
I don't understand that reference.
That's okay. I'll explain it later.
Fair enough.
Stephen's also awesome, but you're not the Stephen this time. I am way too nice. We're way too nice to each other for you to be the Stephen on this channel. So, what did you say? Fuck. Right, so it takes you about half an hour to get there. 4 of you get there. It's heading on late afternoon, early evening. The Hotel España isn't anywhere near as nice as the Hotel Maori where you were staying. Larkin had told you it was fully booked and there was no room for you. That's why you all weren't staying there. I really shouldn't look at chat because Tim as Melissa is just fucking ladies.
He told us that Hotel España was packed.
Yes, he told you Hotel España was packed when he booked your rooms at the Murray. And when you talked together, when you reached there, he had said that Hotel España was packed, so he couldn't be too close. But as you get there, you can tell that it's it's not a busy hotel. There's no bar or anything at the front. There's a small old woman sitting in a chair dozing lightly as when you get there, her eyes kind of open. See?
Right.
Voilà.
So we're outside.
You're outside. She's sitting like in a rocking chair outside the door.
Okay. I tap her on the shoulder and say, excuse me, darling. Do you speak English?
Un poco.
I'll take that as a no.
Un poco. A little bit.
Ah, wonderful, wonderful. Tell you, have you seen a gentleman? And I describe Larkin's appearance as best I can.
Si, Senor Larkin, yeah. Si.
Is he here?
Si.
Is he? Where is he?
She says in Spanish, I can't remember the word for room, so it says the word for room. First floor. First floor.
Thank you, darling. And I give her what isn't going to be that much money for me, but will be a stupid amount of money for her.
Yeah. I'm not sure of the currency here. I probably read it and forgotten about it. Yeah, I mean it's dinero and stuff. I can't remember the rate. Is what I mean. Yeah, you give her the equivalent of say $4 or whatever. It's quite a bit for. Stop letting me look at the chat. I am a terrible, terrible person for concentrating. She's very grateful. The scenes are very is quite happy at that, and she kind of stands up and gives you a little kiss on each cheek. She's fairly old. She doesn't seem to be. She's just seems to be fairly nice woman. She looks at each of you in turn though and gives Bob the kind of side eye.
Oh, I know, darling. I know.
So, you head in. The hotel is... It's not run down, but it's not the best. It's very classically decorated, kind of sparse. Lots of exposed wood. It's very, very hot inside. The heat kind of stays in. It doesn't have a lot of fans kicking about. You head up the stairs towards where you know the rooms are. They're adjoining rooms. I will actually open the map up for you on... what do you call it? Roll20. Here we go. There you go. If you look at Roll20, you can see the map. So there's Larkin's room. I'm pinging it for you. And there is Mendoza's room right beside it. So you're going to Mendoza's room first. I would like one of you to give me a stealth roll.
Give me a second. Anyone want to go?
I will.
My stealth isn't too great.
Mine neither.
Bob will move
20.
forward. Bob will move forward, going up the stairs to make sure that nothing's ahead of you, and he will try to move
The
stealthily.
stealth roll is for when you're going into the room.
Oh,
Okay.
well, if you want stealth, he fails spectacularly.
I failed too, spectacularly so.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Every single one of them failed, which is rather hilarious. Okay. You all get up. You get to Mendoza's door first.
I use the key to unlock it.
You step in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kathy?
I'm going to stand outside, outside the closed door.
Okay.
I'm just going to say to the other two, I'll keep watch. If you hear me laughing, that means you've got to find a way out.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds smart. Bob steps into the room make sure that there's nothing else in there, nobody else looking around.
The room is immaculate. The bed looks like it hasn't been slept in whatsoever. There's almost nothing. There's nothing on the floor. Nothing. Just I'm laughing and dying. Yeah. There's nothing on the floor. There's no like coffee cup being left out. Yeah. There's nothing.
He's a sick bastard keeping things this clean. Obvious.
I've seen rooms like this before. Lyra just slowly starts. Is there looks around the room and tries to spot like a place where like a cache or something could be hidden.
There is the wardrobe, which is right there at the left.
Bob will check under the bed, in the desk drawer, just opening drawers or anything.
Yeah.
At this point,
I'd like to see if I can find anything that's like hidden in the room.
Okay, who's odd and who's even?
I'm always odd.
Okay.
Even.
So, Bob, as you're going through the drawers, you come across what looks like a mask, a kind of golden mask And as you take it into your hands, you can see that it's polished so much that it's a mirror, basically. And I would like you to roll power for me.
Does it appear to be old as I'm dying here?
And it's been buffed to hell.
Well, when it counts.
Your head shoots back, and you see thousands of people, men and women, every race, every shape and size, and they're performing some kind of bloody, violent orgy on the top of a mountain. You see... not done yet. Your head's still back. This is all happening within like a second or two. You see, as if you're looking out of a train window and you're seeing what looks to you like the plains of Africa flow by, and the strong smell of smoke and then the sound of screaming. You see the sun go black and tentacles of darkness spread across the sky until they consume the whole world. Roll sanity, please.
Wait, what started this?
Roll sanity, please.
Tim, what did you do?
Then
I touched stuff.
Tim, lose 3 points of sanity, please.
Oh, oof. And that was on a success. I can only imagine what it would have been.
This cold, golden mirror in your hand feels heavy, and you can tell that those things were visions, were prophecies, were something, but not just shaking. What do you do?
First thing I'm going to ask is the question is, when I was seeing the image or the vision, were they appearing to be primitive people, modern people? What am I seeing here?
Well, one, you were on the train, so you'd presume fairly modern.
Yeah, okay.
On the top of the mountain, it was, I wouldn't say primitive, the people were all naked, they were all dancing,
bloody orgy,
fighting, fucking, just completely completely over the top. It did not look like anything nice. It looked very, very visceral.
Okay. At the moment, he's probably going to be making some gagging sounds as he's trying to keep control from seeing that, and definitely a moment of unsteadiness. He's going to drop the mask to start with.
It clunks against the ground, giving you a short jump ladder, and probably you too, Kathy, as you hear it.
Lyra turns around when she hears the mask fall and looks over to Bob.
And Bob is grabbing his head, very confused looking. What the hell did I just see? Was that in the past? Was that future? I mean, he looks really confused.
Lyra runs over. She's like, Bob, what the fuck? What if he hears us? Are you dense?
When I picked that up, I saw something.
Picked what up? Lyra looks down on the floor and sees. I assume
he's pointing at it as he says that. So
his Lyra face down. It looks like some kind of mask to you.
Lyra starts reaching out to
don't touch it.
She isn't really paying attention to what Bob's saying.
Bob is kind of still out of it, so he would not probably make because he's still just closing his eyes and scrunching his head. Don't touch it is all he says, and she can continue to move.
Like inches away from the mask, Lyra hesitates for a second. And then she looks around to see if she can find a piece of cloth or something.
Easily. You're in a hotel room. There are towels stacked nearby. There are pillowcases. There are covers.
Lyra grabs the closest towel and reaches for the mask again to pick it up.
Okay. You
But
cover
like,
it up, and there's a good heft to it. So it weighs a couple of kilos. It's not big, not a couple of kilos. It weighs maybe a kilo. It's about 6 inches across. I'm not sure how much gold weighs actually. Fucking lot. It feels heavy for what it is.
all right.
In your search of the room, you didn't find anything else. Nothing hidden. The clothes are all put away neatly. There's nothing under the bed. Not even dust. It's extremely clean.
All right. She takes the mask and puts it in her satchel to keep so that they can look at it later.
Mhm.
And she grabs Bob by the shoulders and tries lifting him up. She's like, "Get up. We gotta get out of here, Bob. Come on. There's nothing left for us here."
Bob will stand up, but he's still very shaken in appearance for what he saw, and he's mumbling to himself, "Was that? What was it?" I mean, he's just mumbling almost incoherently from what he saw. That was a pretty strong vision.
Lyra stops for a second, turns around, and she just smacks Bob. It's like, "Get it together." Bob, look at me. It doesn't.
Yes, Lyra.
It doesn't matter what you saw. Let's go. Let's go right now. Let's go to Kathy.
Yes. Let's go. Let's definitely go. There's something bigger going on here, and we have to stop it. What I saw is true. We have to stop it.
All right.
Kathy and Jackson are both outside. Jackson looks concerned as you come out.
All right.
Bob starts to kind of pacing the hallway a little bit, but not too far from the group.
I must say, gentlemen and lady, why did you decide to go for a tumble at this particular moment?
He found some kind of mask in there. It shocked him. I don't know. He says he saw something and something about a greater picture. Listen, I don't know what's going on here. There was this mask on the floor. It's made out of pure gold. It's heavy as fuck, to be honest.
It's cursed. It showed me a vision of the world being destroyed.
God, Larkin's gonna fucking hear us. Can someone tell him to shut the fuck up?
I'd like to do some psychology on Mr. Bob. I'm just going to put both my hands on his shoulders and say, "Now, Bob, by the sound of it, you touched something magic, and it made you see things. Those things are of importance now, but not now. We must stick to the plan. Are you with me?"
I'm here. Don't worry. I won't let something happen to you, ladies. Are you too? And he looks over at
She
Mr.
just steps away and just goes, "Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, fine, right. What's
That's
next?
not how you handle Kathy B.
Right, what are we doing now?"
So, what are you doing now?
Are we going to confront this Larkin chap?
I think we have two options. Either we go back to the hotel and see what happens on Monday if Larkin shows up, or we go in there right now with probably an artifact that he needs and see what he has to say.
I think bargaining from the high ground with bits and pieces we have might be helpful. He obviously knows more about what this thing is that ate the world.
Lyra looks around the hallway that they're standing in. There's no like furniture in it or anything, right?
No, there's nothing. There is like a little it's like a little sitting room a bit down at the bottom.
Lyra kind of walks over to the sitting room and like looks inside to see if there's anyone there. And then she like kind of signals for the others to like kind of move over there. And she takes her satchel and looks for a place to kind of stash it.
Okay, you can easily put it in one of the drawers or something.
Yeah. All right. And she shows like the others, like she kind of like points to the drawer and shows them that the bag's in there.
So we all have a gun, right? Why don't you just go into Larkin's room, point guns at him, and get him to tell us what the fuck's going on?
Because I don't think he's going to tell us the real information anyway.
I
Or
would
all of it.
suggest diplomacy first.
Diplomacy, eh? What are you suggesting? We wait until Monday?
No, I would suggest we go in there and we try asking kindly. And if he doesn't want to answer kindly, then we pull out our fucking guns.
I like this plan.
Jackson nods as you say it.
All right.
Bob nods, draws his gun, and just puts it behind his back. So when he stands in the doorway, won't be seen, but is ready.
Lyra kind of takes the lead and walks towards Larkin's door and gently knocks on it.
Yes, come in.
Lyra opens the door and steps in.
I also
Augustus,
step
The thing
in.
that hits you is the stench of stale sweat, the kind of oily, unclean smell.
Oh, it smells like men in this room.
Larkin's lounging on a chair beside the bed. You can see the bed looks kind of an oily sheen of sweat to it. Larkin himself is sweating profusely, sitting back in the chair, eyes half lidded. My companions. It was wonderful to see you. I didn't expect to see you here. Is there something amiss?
my, Augustus. I took you for a very extravagant man, but wow. We were wondering when you sent your companion to follow us if you didn't think we would notice.
Sorry, I don't quite get what you mean. Do you mean Mr. Mendoza? I didn't send him anywhere. His time's his own at the moment. He knows that I'm having my constitutional here during the day. I hadn't intended to go anywhere until Monday morning. There's something.
Augustus,
What's happened?
Augustus, stop, please.
As you're looking at him, Kathy's shirt kind of falls open a little bit, and you see a tattoo, like a very extensive tattoo. Roll sanity for me, please.
Is this a tattoo that's so bad it's going to put my sanity in danger?
This roll sanity for me.
Is it? Oh, there we go. Hard success.
Okay.
I come out of it more sane.
Hypersanity.
This tattoo is so exquisite. It helps my mental
it's
health.
extremely well done. But it does look a little bit disturbing. It's not like anything you've seen before.
Augustus, you clearly got some kind of occult style tattoo going on. You're sweating like an onion, and you look dreadful.
I'm terribly sorry. I promise you on Monday I will be 100%. I just need the weekend to relax. But you'd said something about Mr. Mendoza following you. I'm shocked. I'll have a word with him if you like. I have no idea why he would be doing that. He's served me for the past couple of months. But very well. Not the most talkative of men, but...
Augustus, why don't you cut to the bullshit and just tell us why you're so visibly sick?
It's...
Augustus, why are we actually here? We have spoken to the professor at the university who has tried to reach out to you multiple times, wanting to help and aid you in your research and also to warn you that certain things should probably not be done. And you have avoided him at every step. Your goon followed us to the university.
He's not my goon. He's pure. See,
Listen,
an employee. Me.
Cut the
please.
bullshit. All we want, and all
Mr.
we want
Nocte,
is that
please, if you would let me, please, answer your question. He's not my goon. He's an employee, the sort of person you hire locals when you come to places like this. As to why I didn't want Professor Sanchez on the expedition, I do believe we talked about that last night. I would rather have had people new to the field, people with passing interest, in order to keep this among us until we make our discovery known. I've told you this already. I did not keep this hidden.
I would like to rip open his shirt and expose his tattoo to all.
Okay, first, Larry, if you want, you can give me a psychology roll as Kathy is walking towards him. Okay. You walk towards him, Kathy. Your hand reaches out. You touch the. You touch.
I'm going for his shirt.
I know, yeah. You touch the shirt and it feels very slick, almost slimy, and you pull it open. Yeah, the Lyra failed her psychology 62 over 10, so you know. Hey,
So I've ripped open his shirt.
You open his shirt and you can see it's some kind of circular looking monster with a bloody mouth going for its tongue. I can show you a picture in a minute. If anyone has a cult and wants to roll it, they can.
Success.
Ooh. Lyra,
Failure.
no, this tattoo seems familiar. It is a symbol for the cult of the bloody tongue, which is a sect from Kenya, you think.
I see you spent some time in Kenya, Augustus.
I'm from Kenya. It's where I grew up. What's going on here? He pulls his shirt together again and looks kind of vaguely scared of you, Kathy.
At this moment, Lyra kind of obviously puts her pistol forward threateningly. I think it's time we had a chat, Augustus.
Augustus sits up, and his eyes turn black. I do not think you wish to threaten me, Mr. Nocte.
I pull out my gun and say, I think it's the only thing worth doing right now, dear boy. Now tell us everything.
Miss
What
Bateman,
are you?
Were you to harm this vessel, you would gain nothing by it. Nothing. This weak little man plays taxi for me. You are all here because he wanted some help. If he'd been strong enough to do it himself, he wouldn't have needed you. Now, how about you put away your little weapons and do as I tell you?
Why should we?
And who are you?
Oh, Mr. Robinson. My name is, well, I have many, many names. You can call me Nyarlathotep.
Say again?
Nyarlathotep. How do you pronounce that?
Yes, how is that spelled, darling? What is your name again? Sorry?
Silence.
Come on, dear boy. You can't say a name like that. Alien to our ears and not explain it more. What is it again?
Alien to your ears. I'm alien to more than your ears.
Yes, of course you are. Now, how is it spelled?
Any sort of sanity right now?
Not yet.
Lyra moves her pistol into a more threatening position.
Bob is also at least gotten prepared with his weapon now in front, ready to shoot, if need be.
Please do not make me hurt you. I have no desire to cause any ruckus here.
We took out
All
one
I
of your
want is not my kind. Pestering little servants with little to no brains. They are just doing me a favour. People that do me favours, well, I reward them. How about you? Pick up where Larkin has seemingly failed. Go to my temple. Free that version of me, and let it have a little fun. What do you say?
What if we said no?
I've seen what fun it's going to bring. That must have been what I saw. And
You looked in the mirror, Mr. Robinson. What did you see?
Death.
I can make all of that go away for you. You can be rewarded for helping me, much more so than he looks down the body. This pathetic, drug-infused little man. I could have made a better choice. I should have made a better choice. How about you, Mr. Robinson?
I'll never serve a demon like you.
A demon. Yes, quite. Now, if you're all quite finished, I think you should leave Mr. Larkin and join him again on Monday. And take whatever treasure you wish from my pyramid. Just help him get there. He knows what to do.
It's more like delivering you as a package to there, it sounds like, than him.
No, I don't need to be there myself. I'm just helping him along. If you wish to go without him, that's fine. I don't need to come with you. But you will do as I tell you.
This is quite the pickle we find ourselves in, isn't it? I assume. I mean, Bob, Kathy, I don't know if you've heard about my past, but I know what it's like when people make bargains and deals with creatures like this. And taking from your story about Edinburgh, Kathy, you do too, am I right?
Are we still in the same room with Larkin and all of that?
Yes, he's just, the black eyes haven't blinked once. He's smiling at you all. You see the tattoo kind of move going around. And actually, you can all give me what do you call it?
Sanity.
Yes, please, that'd be good.
Success.
Failure.
Barely made it.
Kathy, fuck, I'm so sorry. You can lose 6 points of sanity. And I think that takes you into what do you call it? Temporary insanity. What happens? How does this look, Kathy?
So it all gets a bit too much for Kathy.
Yeah.
And she's looking at the tattoo moving around and feels forced and trapped into doing something that she doesn't necessarily want to do. So she starts to tear up a bit and runs out the room.
Jackson follows, giving a look back. I'll make sure she's okay. Now, I take it you don't want to go the way of your friend, Miss Bacon. So how about you be nice little mortals and toddle off? And we will see you on Monday. What do you think?
Bob is just standing there, and you can see he's debating whether to shoot or just to back out of the room. It's an
Ly-
easy read.
Lyra starts heading towards the door,
Okay.
and as she reaches the doorknob, she just closes the door, and then she turns around and clicks the lock behind her.
Give me a luck roll.
Damn it. Yes.
Ooh.
I
Bob
can't
is
see
still
that.
in the room with
Sorry,
her,
I've
by
got
the way,
spells
because he
open,
was...
so I didn't see what you wrote. Okay.
Yep. Success.
Okay. Right, you click, the door closed. Larkin just
Bob looked
smiles at you.
surprised.
Oh, Mr. Nocturne. What do you plan on doing now?
Lyra shoots.
Roll.
While he's mid-sentence, Lyra just shoots him in the fucking face.
Roll. Roll from the combat part of your sheet, because that should do the damage automatically if you hit.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 8 damage.
Yeah, it did escalate. I expected with Lyra, in all honesty. You shoot. I need to check his hit points to see exactly how much 8 damage does, whether it's a
Shit. It chips his tooth off.
Oh, no, Larkin is fucking a junkie, man. His head fires back, the crack, all through the room. Big chunk of his face comes off, he's bleeding. And there's a kind of look of shock, and then the black eyes go away, and Larkin starts to scream. What are you doing?
I shoot again.
Roll. Well, if you go up close, you don't need to roll, you can just shoot again.
Oh, wow. So you're just murdering this guy.
Fuck yes.
You put the gun up to his forehead, pull the trigger, and you're deaf for a second as the blood explodes out the back of his head, covering the curtains and the window, the door to the balcony. You hear a scream from outside. And roll sanity for me, Lara, as you just shot someone cold-blooded in the heat.
Hard
He was a
success.
demon. It wasn't cold-blooded.
Hard success, baby.
Yeah, baby.
I'm on a roll. 20. Ad revenue. I'm kidding.
Oh, by the way, actually, since you followed since the last stream, you can choose one of these lovely people to give a bonus to. It's a competition. They have to compete for your love. Okay, Bob, what are you doing? He's just murdered, or she's just murdered Larkin.
And I'm upset that she walked into my line of fire when she moved ahead, because I couldn't help. But it still asked us to go to the temple. I'm getting out of here. We should all leave.
Lyra takes her handgun and wipes it clean and puts it into Larkin's hand.
You should wipe the bullets too.
I don't think you really need to care about that at this stage. However, the hole in the cheek and the hole in the head, I mean, he's got to be really good if he, misses one and goes, no, fuck it, I'll still kill myself.
Shoddy police work will solve it anyway.
Leave a 50 on it.
Exactly.
You people are just looking to get arrested, aren't you? Right, let's skip to Kathy and Jackson. Kathy, you're beginning to calm down from this. Forget you had your gun. Jackson took your gun off you. He's calming you down. And you both hear a thunderous shot, followed a couple of seconds later by another from above. The old
Give me my
woman sitting
fucking
in the
gun.
chair at the door screams, Polizia!
Give me my fucking gun.
She looks at you both, terrified, runs, shouting, Polizia! Jackson hands you the gun and is already sprinting up the stairs.
I follow.
He gets to the door. I mean, it's not far up. It's one flight, and the room's right there. He's trying to open the door. The door's locked. You two hear this inside, the door being rattled.
Bob will move towards the door. And are you guys saying anything on the other side?
I'm yelling.
So
What the fuck is going on? What have you done?
I will unlock the door. His handgun her handgun accidentally went off.
Oops, slipped. Shot his fucking head off.
Yeah. Twice.
Okay. We have to go because people know who I am, and it's going to be very hard to explain why I'm here with an explorer, a private investigator, and a dead man. Let's leave now.
Looking quickly around the room, Mark.
Yeah.
Is there anything, notebook, folder, anything like that laying around?
Nothing like that. What you do see is a small vial of heroin, the bedside, and a syringe beside it.
At it. Not my issue. Opening drawers just quickly, a quick rummage and dump. This is not being discreet.
There is nothing that you find, no notes written. You can pick up some money if you want, but nothing that would help you along. There is a receipt for the trucks and gear that's coming on Monday.
Keep those.
Since the room's being rummaged through, Lyra decides to keep the gun.
Yeah, why waste it? You start to hear, I don't know what the sirens would have been like in Peru back then, or whistles, probably whistles. You start to hear whistles.
Is there like a balcony or
Yes.
like a window?
Yep.
Lyra
Right
heads
over to
towards
Kent
the
Street.
balcony to like see what it looks like. Like it's on the first floor, so it's not that high.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Right, I've got an idea. You two need to go. Me and Jesse were seen outside of the room when the gunshot went off, so we can't get pinned for it. We have been seen. You two have not. If you two leave, we can claim ignorance to the police, and we'll meet up back at the hotel later.
Sounds like a good
I think
plan.
we should. Yes. And try to run down to the exit and out to the street, or.
And you can do so. The older woman ran away when it happened. She is off. Lyra is covered in backsplash of blood, probably some brains, little bits of bone. Does not smell worse than the room you're in, however.
I will hand her my jacket to at least cover up the exterior with the blood splatter as we walk away.
Give me a luck roll, please. I think that's going to come from... Who's got the lowest luck?
As-
I think it'll be Bob.
As Lyra's kind of heading towards balcony, she yells at Kathy, "My satchel! Don't forget my satchel."
Ah, good idea.
Well, I'll
Jackson
get it.
runs
Don't
and gets
worry.
it. Just get there right away. Have it. And Kathy comes up to you and says, if I may, and puts his arm, or takes your arm, puts it in his.
There's only a few times I'll let a man do that, and now's one of them. Let's go.
Thank you, miss.
I'm going to
And
try my acting skills, as I'm going to emerge from the room as if anybody's watching, crying, but I'm going to be acting crying.
Okay. What are Bob and Lyra? What are you doing? Because I think it's now getting to the point where the police will be nearby. These are taking quite a bit of time.
Yeah, I'm ditching. I'm jumping.
Yep.
I'm hoping
exactly.
that Bob jumps first and offers to catch me, though. But I will.
Yep, I was actually running down the stairs since nobody was already there, and
You
it's
did,
like right
you did,
there.
Sorry, you said you did. Apologies. You are outside. The police are. You can hear the whistles, but they're still not quite within sight yet.
I would wait for Lyra. Hopefully they show up. Offer my jacket to cover
She's
up her
right
blood
above you.
splattered. Yep.
I
Hurry
jumped
up.
down. I jumped down.
Give me a either an athletics or dex roll.
There's no dex in this. Oh, yeah, there is.
Yes,
yeah.
there is dex. Bob.
It's a skill-based system.
Oh.
Bob will try to assist and
Failure.
catch.
Do you
Can
fail?
Bob do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you give me a hard dex, you can catch. Nope, you don't roll 1d10.
A hard dex?
Doesn't it? A hard dex.
You want a hard dex?
Yes, sir. Would you like to spend the 15 luck to make that a hard dex?
Yeah, why not? I got a few years to. That's just what I got in today, so let's use it.
Lyra, you trip as you go to jump, and you can tell you're going to land badly. And Bob, jacket out, manages to sidestep just the right moment, because I mean it's not a far fall. He managed to catch you before you smash into the ground, which would have been painful.
It's like, oh shit, Bob. I never thought I'd say this, but sometimes I'm glad you have your brawn.
And Bob is as he catches her, he's already moving. Well, and sets her down and
over the shoulder,
on the side. Yeah. Yep. Over around the alleys and a couple. He's not running a straight line, so he's jogging a few blocks away. Then sets her down, and then, well, from here we should be able to blend in and walk a little better.
Kathy, your plan is to stay with Jackson till the police get there, or are you wanting to fuck off beforehand?
Yes, the plan is Kathy is going to cry and pretend to cry and be completely incomprehensible as she's just seen a dead body for the first time. She's really playing into attitudes of the time about women, and also that she is a famous actor who has never seen anything remotely real. So she's just going to cry and cry and cry and keep telling to Jackson, "Just play along, man, play along." Oh, it's so horrible. And
Give
she's going to stay right behind with the police. Oh, hell yes. Here we go. Success.
Would you like to spend some luck to make that a hard success?
How much luck would I have to spend?
12.
I roll 47.
Yeah.
So just 12.
Luck. Yeah, just 12 luck. To make it a hard success is half.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Right. The police arrive with the wee old woman whose name I neglected to remember. Initially, they just ignore you. The old woman's talking to one of them and pointing at you and saying stuff, and Jackson's translating for you. And saying that you arrived with some people in. Then this happened, but she saw you there. Police comes over. You can hear screaming from upstairs, and they're just calling them more. One runs out to get more of them. And as the police question you both, Jackson's translating, you are very convincing as the absolutely shocked poor wee woman. Your eyes are already all puffy, and Jackson's explaining that you didn't know the people that you came with, that they were just there at the same time as you when you come up and asked. That you were looking for Larkin because he was, dinksing your.
I was basically saying, like, I was called to do an adventure with Larkin and with his telegram, but then I came to his hotel room and he seemed to be dead.
Exactly. You took him in. You were down the bottom of the hotel for a few minutes. When you went up, you couldn't get into his room. You came back downstairs. Then you heard the gunshots.
Yeah.
And as you're acting also with a hard success, the police believe it. Jackson's able to get him along and says where you're staying. Asks you to describe the people because the old woman couldn't really. She wasn't able to see all that well. Jackson gives descriptions which are way off from Bob and Lara. And the police, they don't keep you all that long. More people. There's a doctor comes. There's some hubbub there. The police tell you not to leave too soon. They might have some questions, but they're very sorry that you went through this, and they hope you don't take it as a negative on the city of Lima.
I just say, no, darling, no. This is all just so dreadful. But I would never judge Lima or the good country of Peru. Of course not. Now, excuse me, I must go back to my hotel. I must go and get a drink.
Yeah. He nods you
Acting.
off. Acting.
I know I put all those points into acting for something.
Jackson looks at you as you walk off. Very well done, Miss Bacon. I knew you were a good actress, but having never heard you voice act, I couldn't be sure. But
When the talkies come, darling, they won't know what's hit them. Ha ha!
You make it back to the hotel without incident.
Yeah,
Bob,
I
Lyra-
seriously head straight to the bar at the
Oh, yeah.
hotel. Like
That's
that's the first
absolutely
place I go, and I give a preposterous amount of money to the person behind the bar and just say in Spanish, "Keep them coming."
That is the only Spanish you have learned. That's it. It's just
That is the only
keep it coming.
Spanish I've learned.
Yeah.
It's that and grave robber. Those are the two phrases that I know.
Muy cerveza. So.
Very beer.
Many beer.
Cerveza grande, por favor.
Yeah. Tequila,
So-
my other Spanish word. So
You arrive back. Katie is already in her room. She's left word that they've taken care of the body. It's been hidden, and it will be destroyed in the next few days when it's safe to do so. Otherwise, she's heading for the night. It's been a few hours now, so with the police and everything else, it's probably about 10 o'clock in the evening. You, Lyra, you and Bob actually would have got back a little bit sooner. She maybe if you spoke to her, she said she was going to go for a lie down. If not, it's just things. What are you two doing when you get back to the hotel?
First thing Lyra does is clean up, wash up, get everything, and put on a fresh set of clothes. And then she heads down to the bar and orders a drink and sees if Bob is somewhere close.
Bob I went back to his room after and made sure he started packing everything he had already unpacked. He's got getting his suitcase and everything ready. He plans on leaving as soon as possible. At least that's his plan at the moment. And then he'll eventually head downstairs hoping to meet the others.
Kathy has remained at the bar.
And he would order coffee when he gets down there. He's not drinking anymore.
Lyra would walk over to Bob and she kind of starts conversation with a You do understand why that had to be done, right?
I was contemplating it myself. I wouldn't have. So you just pulled before I did.
Sometimes in this world, you have to make decisions without contemplating, or you're dead. We were dead.
That was something of pure evil.
Yes.
In my mind.
Hear, hear! Kathy just sat behind you while you're talking, just at the bar, just drinking more.
All right.
I suggest you probably don't drink too much, Miss Bacon. There's too many loose lips sink ships type thing.
My lips are never loose, and you two cannot tell me to do or not do anything after what you just pulled.
Jackson looks at you all. I think we need to talk about how we're going to continue. I think
Continue?
we have to get to the pyramid.
What the fuck are you talking about, Jesse?
Okay, listen.
Please, you can call me Jackson now. Larkin is... Yeah, Larkin is dead.
Jackson Elias, you don't
Elias.
seem to understand the situation. Because you
No,
weren't there, but from
Miss
what
Bacon,
I've...
I don't think you understand the situation. He was there. He was with you.
Oh, yeah, okay. I
Whatever
don't... When
this
evil
cult is
bad
doing-
god man tells us to do something, we, by our duty to humanity, should not do it.
But Jackson, I think, is the only one who does understand the situation. Whatever is in that pyramid is in that pyramid. And if it is able to get people like Larkin to want to get there, it will have the power to do that again, meaning we have to stop it.
So we have to go there and
Bob-
destroy whatever it is it's looking for.
Bob will temporarily leave, go back upstairs, and he'll come down with something wrapped in a cloth and set it on the table. We should probably put this back in the temple that was taken out by that Spaniard.
Is this the mirror you touched?
No, this is the big metal thing we got from the professor that came from the temple according to the papers we received.
That makes perfect sense.
Who's saying this?
Jackson, what about that statue you
waiter comes over, sees and goes, perfect sense.
Lyra uses the opportunity to order a double whiskey for herself.
Jackson, what about that statue you picked up that Naira stashed? What's that?
Lyra
opens it up. Oh, no, he gives it to Lyra, actually. He wouldn't just open up. He gives it over to you, Mr. Nocte.
Lyra reaches in and pulls out the cloth and unwraps it to present puts the mask on the table to present it to everyone.
Okay, so this is a mask. Where is the mirror you touched, Bob?
That is what I touched. He called it a mirror. I call it a mask.
The other side is burnished to...
Polished.
Yeah, thank you.
Lyra takes the cloth and turns it over so, you can kind of, on both ends so that you can see the back side as well.
Roll power, please.
He said he was using the cloth, if that makes a difference.
Nope.
Okay. Good, join me.
Success.
Damn you.
Your head, you succeeded as well. Your head flies back, and you see a dark tunnel with white liquid seeping, so leaking down the walls, dripping. You smell something like gas or oil, and you feel a burst of heat, and then you're back to normal. Roll sanity, please.
Success.
You lose 2 sanity, please.
Oh,
that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. My head back, and what did you see something?
Jackson quickly covers it over. I don't think anyone should be looking at this.
So we have a mask mirror that's magic and makes people see things. And we have this bit of gold here that needs to be returned. If we return this, do you think we'll be able to put this plot to bed?
For right now, I'll describe to you what I saw when I saw my vision. I think we need to definitely do something. And he described the horrors he saw. Not maybe as graphic as he should, considering the mixed company, in his opinion. But he'll describe what he saw earlier.
So that sounds apocalyptic.
That's exactly what it was. And that being that talked to us, that's its temple. And that piece of metal, he's looking at the 2-foot, or pointing to the 2-foot piece of gold from the temple. They took that down, and now is it a lot getting out through the damage? You guys know more occult than me. I mean, I've never even heard of this place in history.
I mean, we are getting all the things we would need to travel down there by Monday. I would say we use the time that we still have here. It's 2 nights, like this night and then the next. It's Saturday. Am I right?
We should go back and talk more to Professor Sanchez.
You're on Saturday, so the Saturday night you've given Sunday and Monday.
Yeah, we should
Monday,
use the time that
8, you're meant to be leaving.
We should use the time that we're here to research and find out as much as we can about what is going on.
Yeah, and we got a book, didn't we? That they said from besides that little summary the assistant wrote.
Yeah, so let's look at this book.
It's in Spanish.
I can read a little Spanish, but Bob's
Jackson,
language
you
is
read Spanish, don't you?
Yes, but that would take me a fairly long time. I wouldn't be able to do it within a day.
Right, Professor
What I would
Sanchez, it
suggest
is
is we
then.
rest up. If we can look over the notes, we can discuss Professor Sanchez. I think we all need a rest after the events of today.
Already am resting, darling. Barkeep, 2 more.
It's the same one from the night before when you go back to the hotel and he smiles and brings it over and pours for you.
Thank you, good chap. And again, throw an obscene amount of money at him.
Bob will once again get up from his chair and go upstairs and come down with a bunch of maps then and stuff of the area that he's gathered.
Mm-hmm.
And start discussing how we're getting there and so forth with the people and what we'll need. And he's checking the receipts that they gathered earlier to see if that's what's
Jackson
if that would
seems
be enough
fairly
and expected.
knowledgeable about it. And from what he's saying, that the trucks will take you to a town called Puno. And from there, it's about 3 days travel. Get some pack animals, some mules and stuff. Be about 3 days travel, about 70 kilometers or something. To get there. It'll be fairly cold up there. You're quite high up. So he's looking at it through the receipt as well. And it looks like you've got most of the gear that you'll need when you're able to camp out. He doesn't know if you'll be able to take it without Larkin being there, though.
Even if we have the receipts?
Well, I'm not worried about
No.
I mean, our
Leave them
advantage...
to me.
They've already paid. At least we can get them to give us a ride there.
And
I'll talk them round if they give us any trouble. I'm very good at that.
I think we all are. We all come from wealthy backgrounds. We can say we are honoring our good friend Augustus Larkin by taking his expedition in his honor.
Lyra, I didn't mean to start a competition. I'm sure we're all capable.
I'm not trying to have a competition here. I'm just saying that we have a reason to continue on this expedition. We can keep the cover. We will just keep traveling and honor our good friend. The police believe that some crazed people robbed Augustus Larkin and murdered him in cold blood.
I wonder why they think that.
A stellar performance, my love. I always knew you had it in you. Remember how we talked about this the last time we were at David Wallace's
I was more
party?
pointing to the fact that maybe you didn't have to shoot the man.
Trust me, Kathy, it had to be done.
All right, I will trust you.
Not a man.
You have not put me wrong before.
I have experience with these kind of things. My husband, may he rest in peace, was a big fan of the occult. You see, his first wife died in childbirth, and he became fascinated with something he loved to call necromancy. He was obsessed with finding a way to bring her back. She was his one and only love, he would always claim. And if he could have her back, he would be the happiest man on earth. And he fell in with a very particular crowd of people. This is life and death, Kathy. This is not a game. These kind of things, and I think, as I said earlier, you've seen what these kind of things can do. Haven't you?
Yes, I have. You're right. Of course you're right.
He would have never let us live. Look at what Larkin looked like.
True. Maybe you did Larkin a favor. Nothing good comes from being possessed.
I definitely did that bastard a favor.
So the plan is, We go to Professor Sanchez tomorrow. We try and research as much as we can, and then we go on this voyage into the unknown.
And we stop Nyarlathotep.
Nyarlathotep. Nyarlathotep.
It's grand.
Oh, darling, I tell you what if I just give you some money and you say it for me whenever I need to
I
say
say it for you. That's what I'm here for.
Thank you, Jackson, thank you.
That wasn't him, it was me. It's your God speaking.
Thank you, God of the universe.
The bacon verse.
Okay.
So.
Is the bacon verse like the Spider Verse?
Well, the bacon verse is so far like 3 people.
Yes, but with so much potential for more. More, I tell you.
Hell yes.
This all started, by the way, because of Chad Bacon, who's never actually been played with.
Chad Bacon will appear at some point. As soon as the
better.
Alien game happens, and Chad Bacon will make his debut finally.
Yes. So, anything else to do tonight? Or are you heading for the rest?
Prepare for a rest and planning and seeing the professor the next day. Also sleeping with a loaded gun and a loaded rifle nearby.
Kathy's going to stay at the bar until she can't drink anymore and try to have sex with someone.
Jackson gets lucky. So.
Well, Jackson heads to bed shortly after. The lucky waiter is incredibly flattered and even knows who Miss Bacon is. So, you all sleep the night away, maybe some uncomfortable dreams. Who has the mask/mirror, by the way?
It's in... Lyra probably put it back in her satchel, wrapped it up and put it back in her satchel, so it's hanging or it's in her room, probably like lying next to the dresser.
The next day you wake up, all of you, I take it varying times. Kathy, maybe not at the hotel. You get your breakfast. Jackson heads out in the morning, says he'll be back to say when you can meet up with Professor Sanchez. Katie pleads a little bit of illness, said there's something with the air doesn't quite take right.
Don't drink the water.
After Katie has kind of excused herself again, while at the breakfast table, Lyra takes a sip from her coffee and looks at Bob and says, "Do you think the girl's going to stick around?"
I do. I think she's dealing with what she saw.
I mean, she was quite close to that thing, wasn't she?
Well, she used her knife, so she was in its face. Yeah, I think she's going to make it through. She just needs to, figure out what she's after. It was pretty dang scary. Just hopefully she doesn't blab to anybody what she saw.
Do you think we should maybe convince the professor to come with us?
I've been thinking of that. Or if he could recommend somebody some experience. But to be honest with you, I don't trust Jackson either.
Why not?
Seems a little too pushy motivated to get to the temple. Not just to prove his story. Might be. But I don't think we should trust him.
You think we should keep an eye on him?
Just like I keep an eye on every one of you.
And there you go and ruin it again, Bob.
Hey, you're telling me you trust me blindly?
I think that you are a very simple man, Bob. To be quite frank, I think you want to impress everyone by knowing everything and being able to do everything. And I believe that you think that certain things can only be done by men and certain things can only be done by women. And you are absolutely fucking wrong, Bob. And every time you say things like that, I throw up in my mouth a little bit.
Interesting. That can't taste good.
It doesn't. I don't trust you, but I do see the fact that we have to work together.
No,
And
I
I think
wasn't saying we don't.
so far, we have been looking out for each other.
So far, nobody's giving me a reason not to trust them, but I'm saying we shouldn't question each other.
I trust
And
Kathy because I know her.
you know, Catherine. Yes. You met me yesterday.
Exactly. And you just watched me kill a man in cold blood.
Not the first time I've seen it happen.
And
There were some Union boys back at the mines where Dad took them for a little tour and made me come down and watch.
I never expected murder hobos, but here we are.
I'm not happy that you had to kill him, but that beast demon definitely had to go. I have no problem with that. He was not human.
I fully understand. Now,
Kathy emerges at this point. She's done the drinking, she's done the sex, she's feeling a lot better than she did yesterday. And just sits down and is just like, good morning, how are you two today?
good morning, darling. Looks like you had a fun night.
You know what? I did, and he was wonderful. He tasted just right for me. Oh, he was beautiful, beautiful night, darling. I could enthuse for hours, but we have business to attend to, do we not?
Of course we do. Now, Kathy, short question. Do you trust Jackson?
I believe I do.
I mean, you're the only one who seems to have known about him before we arrived here. Am I
He
not?
told me the truth immediately, and I had heard of him before. I have been given some of his books, so he is not. I do not believe he is of false character. However, he could be someone proclaiming to be Jackson who is not. That is true. But overall, I do trust him for now. What do you think?
I would
For now part.
Bob and I were just discussing maybe keeping an eye on those of us who we don't know that well. And maybe finding someone who could help us on our journey to the temple. Maybe the professor could suggest someone.
I think the professor would be interested in coming with us if we asked, because he was very interested in coming on this expedition anyway and was refused, and he knows more about any of this than we ever will.
Exactly the reason I was proposing we ask. Or if he even knew somebody else who could come along, depending on his.
Well, we can ask him, can't we? It would be one of the many things we ask him today. We have a lot of work to do. We need to find the secret to save the world in a day.
Jackson comes to fetch you all. Takes you back to the university and back to the office. Rizzo isn't there this time. Sanchez explains that he has that she's staying home for the next few days. She's understandably upset. When you ask him to come with you, he declines. I have had enough of this. This is beyond my academic life. I
would like to try and
the
convince
concept
him.
of Karasiri. You can give me a roll, but it will be difficult.
A difficult persuade, and I have a persuade of 10.
Give me a roll and see.
Spectacular failure. And that was a
Nice.
regular roll by mistake, so clearly I didn't
No, that's right.
pass the other one.
No, it wouldn't matter. It's fine. No. I've done some research. I think from what I've been able to work out from what little information we have, replacing that part of the inlay might be able to close off whatever it is. Jackson Chick said, no matter what we've seen, it's some kind of cult. I know it's some kind of cult, and yes, it might change their plans or something. We need to get there as soon as possible. I already asked the professor to come with us as well. I understand that he does not want to.
Could he recommend somebody of maybe else to take with us if he is not willing?
He shakes his head.
They haven't.
No, there's no one that I would necessarily trust with this sort of information. The things that we've seen in the last couple of days, it boggles the mind. We think we know exactly how to get there. You'll be away for, I think, 4 days in total. The ride to Puno. I've made sure that you'll be able to get the supplies you need there. Some pack animals. Jackson will act as your guide. He has been out that way before, just he didn't know exactly where it was. I can find it now. I'm certain we can do this. We can find out what this horrible cult is doing, what their machinations are. We can put an end to it. We can save innocent lives. It is a lot to ask you to come with me after saying this. No, I don't want to give them another NPC. They can fuck off, seriously.
I'd like to assess if he's telling the truth.
Jackson? Yeah, roll.
What am I rolling?
Psychology.
Hard success.
He seems completely earnest. You can tell that he wants to help, but he doesn't want anyone else to get hurt. No. You get the feeling that if he didn't have to, he would not be asking you all to come with him.
All right, well, I'm with you.
I know you all don't know me terribly well. We have all been thrown in this together. What we have seen in the last couple of days, as the professor says, is beyond imagining. I came here to look into this cult, and no matter what monsters we may have come across, it's still here. It was not only 2 people. If we can get out there and put a stop to whatever it is that is causing them to gather, it's been a small thing for years. Why is it coming about now? If we can stop it, we can save people. And for me, that is worth it. I understand if you don't want to come with. I will not think less of you. I will think less of you if you kill more of my NPCs, though, because that's just... No. So what do you say?
I'm with him if you two are.
I still think that is what we should do and return that piece.
Chris, you should stop suggesting that you shoot Jackson in the chat, just hoping that catches on. It's not going to catch on. I don't think our audience want us to shoot Jackson.
Jackson might shoot Lyra, though. Just, slipped. Oh, no, what can I do?
Let's not start another gunfight in this bar. I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there as a suggestion. Let's avoid another gunfight today, right now. But if you start shooting, I will continue. I will join in the shooting if you start shooting.
Lyra is a proud member of the NRA. Just putting that out there.
Night 20s, you don't think it was there yet, 1920s?
I don't think so.
Right.
Lyra founded the National Rifle.
Lyra founded the NRA. No. Ooh.
No, back then, when we started, though, it was actually a thing trying to make sure that they were handled safely, as far as I know.
Someone who
wasn't,
knows Lyra started the NRA to stop Lyra from shooting people.
Probably.
I love it. I love it so much.
Jackson looks at you all. Tomorrow I'm going to go. I want to get a good rest. Tomorrow in the morning, we will take the truck that Larkin's provided, take the stores, and we'll set off. And I hope you all come with me.
I will be there.
My plan is to go with you and take care of this. Then hopefully never come back here again.
I can agree with you on that, Bob. Now, if you don't mind, I will take my leave. I will rest up and prepare for tomorrow. Miss Bacon, if you don't mind me saying, perhaps not so many drinks tonight. My dog is stupid. Shut
Every
up.
single time someone tells me to have less drinks, I have 2 more.
I have
So
not
choose
told
your
you.
words carefully.
I have not told you. I have said what I think. I appreciate your company and would much prefer to be able to enjoy it tomorrow on the truck ride.
Then I'll see you in the morning, Jackson.
And he heads
Yes,
out.
we should all be there. That was a long day at the university. Researching?
Probably a few hours researching, but it's early when he heads to bed. It's not late at night.
No, I just wanted to know if we had determined anything more from our going there and searching at the university.
You got more about... Okay, right, no, actually, yes, I can give you a little bit more. You can give me either library use or history roll. And you can have it at advantage if you wish. Any of you.
I
Hard
fumbled,
success.
and then I got a hard success.
Yeah.
Failure with library?
Yeah, but was that with advantage?
No.
So you need
No.
to re-roll the 10s die.
So one more time, what do I have
Just
to do?
roll one more time, it's fine. Right.
Awesome.
So, Kathy, you get your nose into the books, and you turn up some things. Like you learn that Lake Titicaca, where the near where the pyramid is to be found, is actually thought to be the cradle of life, where life actually emerged into the world.
The temple at Lake Titicaca.
Not the temple. The temple is near Lake Titicaca. Lake Titicaca itself. I need to stop saying that because otherwise I will just be a child. There's
Lake
loads of,
Titicaca equals cradle of life.
that's one of the religions kind of points at that. What else you find is that the temple, the name, the things that comes up, and there's some kind of what do you call it, a myth that some evil fell from the sky there, and that's why the temple was built there. It was always a horrible place. It was some evil fell to the sky, and then the worshippers built this temple around it and fed it, and that's what you find. But some kept it in what do you call it? Some kept it in were able to keep it in check somehow.
Need to feed it or keep it in check.
Yeah. No, the thing was made by people to worship it and feed it, but others managed to somehow keep it in check and stop it from. As far as it's a legend that's very, very fucking old, like before the conquistadors.
There is a legend that some kept it in check. Okay, I tell that to everyone.
Did they say who or whom?
Did they say who or whom
No.
was keeping it in check?
No, there's not that thinks about it.
There aren't any more details here, but considering that I am I'm of the acting class and don't speak Spanish, I think I did pretty fucking well in that library, if I do say so myself.
You did very good, and he pats her on the head.
That was not what I was going for, but I'll take it.
But it does give us some clues. Something fell from space, at least in the legends, and that kind of matches, well, the creature that we talked to said that it wasn't human and that we should just, well, yeah. You were there.
This is like the lake man. A thing from space fell into a lake and started eating people. This is so similar to some movies I've been in. We must assume that we are fighting something, and not necessarily of anything particularly magical, but of an alien nature.
Well, we already see in the Leech Man, the fat vampire. So we know there's something not human going on.
Yes. You know, as much as stressful as this has been, this is terribly exciting. I'm having a ball. I don't know about any of you. Yes, people are dying. True. Yes, the world may end. Yes, but also, I'm having terrific fun with all this.
Your idea of fun is interesting.
Darling, when you've been around the same parties as I have, you find yourself looking for all sorts of... You find yourself looking for a buzz any way you can get it, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't. But
you will.
Maybe when I get as old as you.
Oh, shots fired.
I'm only 36.
You're still like 5 years older than him. Oh, no, you're older than that. You're about 10 years older.
Oh, young man, one day you will learn. You will learn the truth about life and the truth about men and women,
After
and it will be shocking.
Gets the shit slapped out of him. He wakes up the next day and his face is still all red. You are all up in plenty of time. You meet Jackson outside. He manages to talk the drivers into giving you the truck. They apologise so they give the condolences regarding regarding Larkin, and you're able to head off. The day passes rather uneventfully. It's hot, but you're in this truck all together. There's more than enough there, resources there for all of you. Who's driving?
Who has driving skills other than me? Anybody? Not that it's good.
Have some, but I'm also Kathy fucking Bacon, who is sat in the back seat, sunglasses on, big old sun hat on, just drinking and giggling. It's not that she wouldn't offer to drive, it's just nobody ever does let her drive ever in her life, so she just automatically gets in the back seat and assumes someone's going to drive her.
Lyra's
it's not malicious.
Amateurish in driving.
So whoever is driving, please give me a spot hidden roll.
Oh, spot hidden. I'll drive then, I guess. Spot
good man,
hidden.
Bob. Good
All
man.
right.
Ooh.
I've been doing good with that, even though I got kind of a crappy skill on it.
It's a regular success, but it's not 8 under 35 is it's 5 times 10. No, so it's a hard success. You notice as you're driving, the things seem to follow you intermittently. Not anywhere close, but every so often you seem to see like 2 or 3 heads running along for a little bit. You're not going all that fast. I mean, it's the 1920s and it's dirt roads, so you're not
15, 20 miles an hour at most.
Yeah, probably. So every so often you're seeing they're not very close to you, but you can tell that they're coming after you.
What is people seeing? You said heads. I'm just assuming people, but I don't want to assume.
So. Yeah, I didn't get that. What's following us?
It looks to you like people. Bob.
Are they in a car? Are they walking? Like
they're running.
Yeah, he says they're running along in the woods and near us along the trail. There's probably plenty of opportunities on this old rutted mud trail that we have to slow down. They can catch up, and I catch glimpses of them. I will mention this to the rest of them.
Mm-hmm. Jackson at that point, when he's sitting out the back, takes a rifle and sits so that he can see out and keeps a lookout. You reach Puno by the end of the day.
Did Jackson have to fire the gun at any point?
No, he didn't. He did keep his eye open though as well, and he saw it too. So at Puno, Jackson meets with the people that have been arranged to get the the rest of the supplies and stuff. Yeah. So
we meet up and get our mules.
We're coming up in 2 hours. Do you want to keep playing for another half an hour, or does anyone want to stop?
I think this might be a safe place because I got a few things I got to run and do yet this evening.
Yeah,
my time.
Place to stop. Stopping at the new village.
Yep.
So we're stopping at Peru.
Right. So is there anything you want to do before we?
Make sure Kathy's comfortable sleeping in the back of the truck. I mean, Katie is comfortable, not Kathy. Katie.
No, Kathy will be comfortable as well. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So you're able to get a room somewhere. So there's a place, but it's a small kind of village, but you are able to get somewhere. Not like individual rooms, but you all get to stay together in the room for the night. And you get ready for the next morning.
Sweet.
All right.
And there you go. I'm not leaving it on a cliffhanger for once. What the fuck?
And suddenly 25 people enter with guns saying, stick them up, and we leave it there.
Yeah, but that's not...
And Lyra is just like caressing.
We do some last end of session shooty. No.
You got to kill somebody this session. You should be happy.
You did. Remember, anything that you passed without having to spend the luck for, you can mark off, and we can do that at the end of the scenario. As to your luck, if you want, you can all roll luck just now, and if you fail, you can add 1d10 plus 5.
All right, I failed.
I fumbled.
No, that's all right. That's good.
Plus 5, you said?
Yep. And then after this, we will raid Adventures in Log because they are friends and they are awesome.
Yes, they are. Woohoo!
So we shall bow out. We are back next week, probably with a one-shot for Kathy and Lyra. Maybe something in the past, since we didn't finish this year. And then, yeah, on Tuesday we are back with Die, I believe. Is that right, Chris? Yeah, so we're back with Die on Tuesday. Next week we should have a one-shot of Call of Cthulhu, most likely. Yeah, so do you want to say goodbye, people? Do you have anything to play?
Bye, people.
Want us to read? Bye, people. Then we will read things. It takes a couple of seconds, and we'll fuck off. So thank you very much for watching. If you don't already, follow, like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. And join our Discord. With us.
And in 2 weeks, I believe we're on the back to 2 o'clock Central Standard because you'll catch up on daylight saving.
Yes.
So.
We'll get there. Bye.
Bye.